Alright guys, welcome back to another 2.8 Adventures. Mark and Michelle went down to Kanab, Utah, took their or X3 Max down there. I think this is the second trip out on this machine after he'd put 35s on it, had the tune done and just a little bit of clutch work to run those 35s. Anyway, impressive machine down there. They took a bunch of footage and stuff, so we put a video together just kind of show you what this thing was kind of capable of, and some of the things that happened with those 35s, and something to consider. Anyway, some things kind of got twisted up here. Watch this thing to the end. I want to put a huge shout out to Lance and his crew down there in the Kanab area. They helped Mark and Michelle out, get out of a situation, and made sure they made it back to the parking lot safely. That's awesome to know that we got people out there on the trail like that. Huge shout out to those guys. Can't say enough about that. That's just awesome. So watch this thing to the end, and if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. It helps us out a ton. And enjoy.
we broke the lower control arm and we had to stitch it up with a 3/8 ratchet. Finally got her home after being down in Mount Carmel Junction, Kanab. Our last little adventure was Hog Canyon. And it was absolutely beautiful and fun. Right up until we made it about, maybe a third of the way up through Hog Canyon on a trail. We ended up burying the nose coming down off of a pretty steep grade, and we broke the lower control arm and we had to stitch it up with a 3/8 ratchet. We'll find out everything else that happened here, but I'm pretty sure the top control arm is bent. It doesn't quite look the same as this one here. And on our way out of the trail, we had some more obstacles to get through before we could actually get off of that main trail that we were on, that we had this little fun little incident with. And while we were trying to take a little shortcut up over the backside of the hill to get to another trail so we could actually get the machine out, I had a couple of choices. I could take a nice little shot up through some sand and take a risk of hopping the front end to the point where I was afraid maybe I was going to tear the rest of the control arm off or break it to where it was not drivable. So we figured we would take a rock climb that I figured once we spun out on it or got stuck on it, I would winch my way to the top to take it easy on the control arm there, A-arm, whatever you want to call it. And we ended up spinning, and it was off camber to the left. We slid considerably, so I had to snap the throttle a couple of times to straighten the machine out so it didn't, nose didn't slide off. And we bounced the front end over a couple of little steps. Weren't real big, but just enough to get it airborne. We were on enough of an incline that the front end was coming up off the ground. And we ended up tearing up some more fun stuff. And we'll walk you around the front of the machine. Took us about an hour and a half to get it out once we got to a spot on the trail that was flat enough. Here is the drive line. It's far from straight anymore. Near as I can tell, we got 1, 2, 3, I would say we wrapped it 4, maybe 5 times. And it is far from straight. Let me grab a level real quick. And as you can probably see, it did not want to turn without clunking through the front bulkhead, and you could really feel it thump on the floor. So we had to get it out of there. Even locked just in 2-wheel drive, that drive line still rotates. So a little calling around, a little bit of investigating on our own, and some really good people that came along on the trail that helped us get off the face that we were stuck on, and refused to leave us on the side of the trail while we were broke down to a certain degree. They made sure our driveline, we got everything taken care of there, waited for us, and while I was taking the driveline out of the machine, it took probably, I would say definitely an hour, maybe a little longer from the time we actually started investigating it to the point we actually got the driveline out and the machine drivable again. They were scouting out different alternative routes to get us out of there and back to our vehicle. Our original thought was they were going to take us to another area that would be easy to get their truck and trailer into, and then they could bring my machine out to our trailer. And that didn't pan out, so it was back to the original unloading area, and they found us a really nice route and guided us all the way back to our rig. Very impressive. You don't find that every day. I think it's very awesome. We've came across a lot of people on the trail over the years, and we've always assisted everybody out there. We're all in the same boat. We all love being outside, and we love riding our machines. So assisting people and helping them out on the trail just kind of makes the day kind of nice and fun, knowing that you help somebody out there, and you know, there's a lot of gratification to that. You know, we're all in this together.